Welcome back to the Overcomfort Podcast. I'm your host, JENICKA Lopez. Happy Tuesday or whatever day you guys are listening to this podcast. Thank you guys so much for choosing to click on today's episode. It is not a coincidence that you guys are listening to this today. And it is our season finale of season 3. I'm so grateful and honored to have spent such a beautiful amount of time with you guys, where you guys got to hear my heart, hear the hearts of my guests, have vulnerable moments with me, growth, healing. I'm just excited. I'm excited for season 4. If you guys have any ideas or any guests that you want to see, any topics that you guys want to hear me talk about, let me know. Today, we are going to be talking about something so taboo and something that has made me a little bit nervous to talk about. I was going through topics to talk about today. And I just kept landing back on this one. And maybe I thought I was scared of people making fun of me or people not understanding it. But I'm really just grateful that you guys are here today, because we're going to dive into something personal and powerful. And that is why I've chosen abstinence. Not out of shame, not because I'm afraid of love or because I've grown, but it's because I've grown to understand the value of my body, my peace, and my purpose. And I'm choosing, and I have been choosing, to live intentionally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. So whether you're thinking about abstinence, are in it, or just curious, this is a safe space for you, for me. So let's talk about it. Okay, what is and isn't abstinence? Okay, let's clear something up. Abstinence is not the same thing as celibacy. What we talked about last week, now I'm clearing up. I've chosen abstinence. Celibacy is a lifelong commitment, but abstinence is a choice to refrain from sex for a season, whether that's until marriage or you feel emotionally and spiritually ready. My intention, I'm not saying I'm going to, because I also am human and I'm not perfect, but my intention is to do it until marriage. And most importantly, it's about alignment. Choosing to not give my body away lightly, because I have learned that sex isn't just sex. It impacts our hearts, minds, and souls. And I know that there's people that can just have sex just to have sex and not have any attachment, friends with benefits, etc. I cannot be that girl, at least for me. I know that there's people that do, and to each their own, no judgment here. But for me, I know, and I have felt the impact on my spiritual and my emotional well-being when I do have sex, and especially when it's with the wrong person, when you know that you shouldn't be doing it. And it's not just about protecting my body, it's also protecting my future and aligning with the plan that God has for me. So let me tell you the truth. I have experienced soul ties. If you guys don't know what soul ties are, please look into it. It's literally when two souls just intertwine together, and it looks messy. It looks just super messy. I've felt that lingering weight of people I was physically close to, people that I have physically had sex with, long after that they were gone. I have carried confusion, heartbreak, silence, where love used to live, where I used to feel so alive. Like, I remember talking to someone at the end of last year, at the end of 2024, and I have obviously dealt with depression and anxiety and whatever, and I knew how to overcome it, and I was very positive, and I was, oh my God, like, I was full of light. I felt full of light, and I was just in a different space of my life. The moment that I met that person, started becoming more intimate, I just got darker. I just felt like weighted. I wasn't motivated. I wasn't energized. I didn't care about anything. I started smoking a lot more, which that person did. And I'm not going to completely blame that person, because I am also a full-blown adult and make my own choices. But those things live and stay in you. And those are the root of your emotions and your feelings and the reason why of a lot of things. And that taught me that not every connection deserves all of me. And I think that's important, especially in today's society, especially as single girls or single men. Like, we've waited so long to have a connection with somebody that we want to give everything to them and to impress them and to be just like offering whatever we can to make them stay. But some people were never meant to have access to such a sacred space. It is so intimate. When you really think about it, it's like, whoa, like this is how babies are made. This is how, everything happens. Like imagine, really sit down and think about how important that is. And abstinence for me is taking back the pieces that I gave away too easily. It's about choosing clarity over chaos, being clear-minded. And it's really inviting God back into the parts of me that I once handed over without discernment, that I just didn't care for, and I just gave it away like that. So, and this part is so important too. If I'm going to be giving my body to someone, it'll be someone who values my spirit just as much, or me. And because obviously, as a lady, guys are going to be guys, dogs, and they're obviously going to want one thing. And they think clearly, truthfully honest, men think with their penis. It's that simple. They want one thing. I'm not saying that this applies to all men, but a lot of men in our generation and a lot of men my age really just want one thing. So I really want someone who sees my worth before they ever touch me. Someone who can lead me with intention and not pressure. Someone who honors God and how they love me, not just how they talk to me. Because who you give yourself to really matters. And your body isn't a bargaining chip. It's a reward. It is a gift. It is something to work for. And it's not a way to prove your love or to keep someone interested. And I feel like we've made that mistake again as single people in this generation. We want to keep proving to people. We want them to stay because we don't want to be single for the rest of our lives. But we can't just freely give it away like a bargaining chip. We have to make them work for it. And if they work for it and they honor you and see the value and see your self-worth, then it's such more sacred. And when you're connected to the right person, someone who also values purity, who's also aligned, sees the same thing, respects boundaries, and see your abstinence as beautiful, it's a gift, not a compromise. So I've decided I'd rather wait for God's best than settle for someone who doesn't understand the weight of what I carry. I'm going to say that again. I'd rather wait for God's best than settle for someone who doesn't understand the weight of what I carry. Okay, you guys, we're going to go on a break and we'll be right back. All right, you guys, welcome back. Now, let's talk about how purity isn't perfection. How this road in abstinence isn't always perfect. We're not going to talk about the purity culture kind that shames people. I'm talking about inner purity. Your wholeness, your intention, your alignment, your kindness, your gracefulness. And I'll be honest, I've made mistakes, and maybe you have too. But choosing abstinence isn't it isn't about erasing the past. It's choosing something for a different future, for a different result, for a better result. We keep getting these same results with these men that just want one thing because that's it. We just keep getting those same results. We keep choosing the wrong people. We keep giving ourselves and allowing people to take advantage of those parts of us when we should be valuing and honoring our past for a better future. And there's grace here. And there's power in starting over. I promise you guys. It's never too late. And I don't want to say that, wherever you guys are at in your life, if you guys are questioning, if you guys have thought about this, if you just think like, damn, like I just don't want to. And this is a difficult decision for a lot of people. And even as women and even for men, like it's a decision like a lot of people don't understand, because you think once you get into a relationship, like, oh, like, guys start making fun of the guys if they haven't had sex, or, women, like it's different and it's hard. But when you have good people around you, and when you have people that admire and align also with what you're doing, you don't have to worry about people making fun of you, because at the end of the day, they also know the choice that you're making for a better future. There's beauty in saying, this time I'm doing it differently. And again, there's power in starting over. Here's how I have stayed grounded in this decision, and it hasn't been easy. Well, it kind of has, because I haven't really been talking to anybody. I also just, I'm very clear with my boundaries. Also, if you're making this choice, you have to be very honest and vulnerable from the get. I think, like, even after, I'm not saying, like, at least for me, maybe people are going to say something different, but like, if you've been talking for like 3 months and you guys are like, okay, we're ready to like be in a relationship. Okay, cool. Okay, but I need to tell you something. This is a boundary also. Like, I'm really trying to be abstinent from sex. This is important for me. I don't know how long, but, because I don't know how this is going to really work out here. I don't want to just continue to keep giving my body, and I hope that you can learn and respect that. I do think that is important, you guys, to share that boundary with that person. But anyways, this is how I stay grounded in this decision. Oh, and if that person does not agree, then that person wasn't meant for you. If they think that it's ridiculous, then all right, they don't get it, they don't value it, they don't see worth in it. Sorry, you clearly know their intentions. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, back to how I stay grounded. I remind myself of my why, especially on the lonely days, especially on the days where it's like, damn, I could quickly hit up my sneaky link and just, get it done. But it's like, no, why am I doing this? Because I want to see better results. Because I know that the plan or the partner that God has for me in the future is going to honor me and respect me more. And more importantly, God honors that. God respects our body. I surround myself with people who also respect my boundaries. Again, you guys, check your circle, check the people you're around, what type of friends, etc. People that are going to respect and honor you. I pray a lot for strength, clarity, and for my future partner, wherever they may be. If you guys are single or if you guys are in a relationship right now, continue to pray, not only for yourself and for your family, but for your partner and for their family and for their future, and that your paths align and that they're also being prepared and pruned to meet with you. And when the time is right, God's perfect time. God is never late. He's never early, but he's always on time. I'm telling you. I protect my peace. I watch, listen to, and dwell on what matters. I'm not focused on things that are negative or that's going to lead me down to a darker path. And I've noticed this pattern in my life, and I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. Like, I like attention. I think any girl likes attention. I think if we're being honest here, I just, I like when guys give me attention. And maybe that's not healthy, because at the end of the day, I can not only be messing myself up, but that other person as well. So it's always like protecting your peace, what comes in and what goes out. Again, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Sorry, guys, for my little brain fart, but this verse is often used as a reminder to protect your emotional, your spiritual, and even your physical well-being, because your heart is literally your lifeline. It is the wellspring of your life. It fits it's beautifully in a conversation about this, about abstinence, about boundaries, and choosing who you give your access to. Again, you guys, you have to be mindful. Whatever comes through your heart, obviously, you have to is also what's going to flow out of it. And that's what I do to stay encouraged. And although it's not easy, it is always going to be worth it. We never got good things from it coming easy. And did that make sense? You never get good things that come easy. Usually when easy things come, it ends up kind of like pretty bad. I'm like, not gonna lie. Like, it just feels like, oh, like this is too good to be true. But like in a relationship wise or whatever, like it is a path. It's not easy. It's hard. It's hard to be committed and it's hard to just trust God. But ultimately, it's always worth it. So if you're choosing abstinence too, like me, or even just thinking about it, I want you to hear this. You're not weird. You're not behind. And you are not broken. And let's be honest, abstinence isn't exactly popular. Some people want to hear it and immediately think, oh, wait, you're not having sex on purpose? Or they hit you with a sarcastic, good luck with that. Like you're signing up for something miserable. And I get it. In a world that glorifies instant gratification and hookup culture, choosing abstinence is weird. But here's what I've honestly learned. Being set apart will always look strange to people who are used to settling. Let that sink in. Being set apart will always look strange to people who are used to settling. You are not weird. You're wise. You're not out of touch. You're just ahead of time. You're not missing out. You're protecting your peace, your purpose, and your heart. And that's what abstinence is for me. Guarding my heart, not building a wall, but creating a boundary that honors my worth. So yeah, it's gonna look weird to some, but I'd rather be weird with peace than accepted with regret. You're wise, you're worthy, and your body is sacred. Treat it as such. It is beautiful. Make them work for it, girl. Make them. Like, if they really wanted to, they would. It's that simple. You deserve someone who honors that, someone who sees abstinence not as a challenge, but as a reflection of your strength. Okay? Thank you guys so much for being here with me today, for being with me throughout this season. I hope that this reminded you that your choices matter, your body matters, and waiting doesn't mean you're missing out. It means you're making room for something real and with purpose. So until next time, I will see you guys in the next season. Stay strong, stay rooted, and remember, you are worth the wait. And without further ado, I am seeing you guys in the next season. Bye. Overcomfort Podcast is a production of iHeart's My Cultura Podcast Network.